Okay, hi everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today for this enterprise and management pathway webinar. So I would like to welcome everybody. I would like to welcome everybody, and before we, there's some checks I would do before I hand over to the team, our business team. So first of all, please raise your hands if you can see me okay. And lower your hand if you can see, thank you so much. And lower your hands if you can see, if you can hear me as well. Okay, so so for today's webinar, our chat box is disabled. So you will use question and answer area to ask us any questions regarding this enterprise and management pathways. Okay. So, and our expert teachers will be there to answer your questions. So, so I would hand over to our lead of this session today, who is Stephen Sherd. He's a teacher at Newwick. So Stephen, I will hand over to you now.
Hi, thank you, Sabahat. We'd like to welcome you all to the Business and Travel Tourism Department. So my name's Stephen and I'm a teacher in the department. My colleagues and I are available today to present to you the courses that we're offering you, and also to go through progression opportunities that are available to you once you complete your course. And also what we're going to do is share a masterclass with you, which will introduce you to the world of business and its importance and significance. So to begin, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Jazz.
Hi there, I'm Jazz Chagga, and I'm going to go through the first slide with you regarding entry requirements. And the entry requirements are for A-levels. There are grades 9 to 5, the minimum of 5 GCSEs. And as you can see, most courses also require a minimum of grade 5 in GCSE English or Maths. And then we also offer T-levels, and yes, we also offer T-levels, which Stephen's going to talk to you a little bit more about. Do you want to talk about the T-levels, Stephen?
Yeah, I'll just briefly give you an overview of the T-levels. This is where you have the opportunity to carry out a work placement alongside your BTEC. So you get the opportunity to spend 50 days with an employer, gaining really good work experience, up your skills, CV. We'll cover that in a bit further on. But to qualify to get onto the professionals course, you need 5 GCSEs at grade 9 to 4. And most of the courses require a grade 5 in maths for the T-levels. We also offer a level 3 BTEC as well, of course. And the entry requirements for the level 3 BTEC are grades 9 to 4 GCSEs at grades 9 to 4. And most of the courses require a minimum grade 4 in GCSE English and or Maths. And in addition to that, we also offer level 2 BTECs, and these courses require a minimum of 2 GCSEs, grades 9 to 4. So most of these courses require a minimum grade of GCSE grade 3 in Maths or English. Okay, could we move to the next slide, please? Can I just remind participants, you're very welcome to send any questions that you have to our panelists. They're waiting and ready to answer your questions. So feel free to send those questions through anytime you like.
Okay, so the business and related associate professionals, the potential study routes include 4 areas, and those 4 areas can either if you follow the A-level route or the vocational qualification route, can end up with a business studies degree, or you can study hospitality, leisure, sport, tourism, transport. Alternatively, you can go on and study human resource management. And then also there's an opportunity to study marketing at degree level as well. Okay, next slide, please.
Okay, so this is the moment where we'll introduce to you the business environment and convey to you the significance of business in the UK. So if we could move to the next slide, please. So we're introducing you to the world of business and tourism. Next slide, please. So the overview and the aim of this masterclass is for you to discover the size and the scope of the business and tourism sectors, and also identify different progression opportunities for you in entrepreneurship and management that will follow your successful completion of your business or tourism course. Next slide, please. So the fantastic thing about business and tourism is anyone can set up a business in these industries, in these sectors. We all work and operate in what's known as a free market economy. So any individual is free to set up their own business and make a profit, own their own property, and make a success of their business idea. And here's two examples of really inspirational people who have done this and started from scratch, very little, and have made a huge success of their business. So the first person to introduce you to is Pat McGrath, and she is a highly successful cosmetics entrepreneur. And she's turned her business into a multi-million pounds profit-making business every year. And another inspirational story is that of Jamal Edwards, who founded the SBTV music streaming channel, and that's a very successful business. Again, it's become a multi-million pound business, and Jamal started that business when he was just 15, and it's a huge success still today. So next slide, please.
Okay, now we have a question for all of you, and just to get you thinking, can you take a guess at how many businesses currently operate in the UK? So think about that for about 10 seconds, and then we'll give you the answer. If we move on to the next slide. And the answer is nearly 6 million. So there are 5.88 million small businesses. There are 35,500 small to medium-sized businesses, 7,700 large businesses, and combined, they employ nearly 40 million British citizens in industry, manufacturing, banking and finance, leisure, hospitality, and tourism. Okay, next slide, please.
So these are some of the companies and organizations that our students have progressed on to. So some of our students have joined KPMG, where they take part in their 360-degree apprenticeship program. We've also got graduate trainees that studied at NUVIC and have gone on to work for HSBC on their graduate training program. We've got former students working in Apple retail, and we've also got students supporting the NHS, supporting their communities, working for the NHS, and also several of our students in recent years have progressed on to the management apprenticeship program at TfL. Next slide, please. So to boost your opportunities and your employability, to help you secure high quality employment in some of those companies you've just seen, we also run the NUVIC Professionals Program, which is designed to support you and enable you to build a career in various fields such as accounting, construction management, education, law, retail, and local government. So the aim of this program is you study your main BTEC but you also have the opportunity to go out to work every week with one of our leading employers. So we've got over 850 employers who we partner up with in all of these areas, including the business sector and the tourism sector. So you will get 50 days work experience. And this is really invaluable so that you can get knowledge and skills very specific to the industry that you want to go into. Next slide, please.
NUVIC offers a diverse range of exciting and live enterprise opportunities. Business students have launched their own market stall businesses and have won the Big Idea Challenge 2 years in a row. This is something that we're particularly proud of at NUVIC. So for our enterprise program, we've won awards for the Sixth Form Colleges Association, and also mentioned in our recent Ofsted, and something that where we are able to give students an opportunity to become entrepreneurs, setting up their own businesses. Recently, they've made soaps and bath bombs and clocks and fridge magnets at very prestigious markets like Camden Market, and they've done very well there and made successful businesses and profits. Also, the Big Idea Challenge is open to all colleges, and we're got a very good history of doing very well in that challenge, where you need to come up with an innovative product, and we won that for 2 years in a row, where one of the groups made a product which was based on solar clothing, outdoor clothing, and which will help charge their mobile phone and devices. And there's another product which was about a bracelet which helped to track their drinks if they were spiked in a club. So these are particularly innovative products that we're very proud of our students, and also something that we encourage all students to take part in. Okay, thank you.
Next slide, please. So we really do believe, and we know that you are the managers and entrepreneurs of tomorrow. We are handing over to you. So we really do passionately believe that we need to equip you with the knowledge and skills so that you can make a big success of your future career as a manager or an entrepreneur. So our students have gained the knowledge and the confidence to build their own businesses as well. So I'm hearing from former students who tell me that they've set up a business in property services or their own retail business, and businesses in hospitality and tourism. Studying business and tourism at NUVIC will also enable you to progress to some brilliant degrees in management or in entrepreneurial programs in many of the top universities in the country. And business BTEC and tourism BTEC will help you progress to degrees so diverse, from criminology all the way through to accounting. And we've got students going to UCL, Loughborough, some of the most high prestigious universities in the country. So we hope that inspires you, and we very much look forward to working with you in the future. And we encourage you to apply now. Click on our website link and send us your application, and we really look forward to meeting you very soon.
Thank you, Stephen, for that.
Slide,
we have lots of time left over. So what we do now is to answer questions which I have received from some students. So we do that. We take this opportunity to answer these questions live so that it helps everybody, okay, who wants to have enterprises courses. Okay, how do we teach during this lockdown situation as we are in the pandemic? So how our teachers are teaching at NUVIC? Would you mind to answer that?
Laura?
Yeah, sure. So all of our lessons at the moment are currently online. obviously because we're in a national lockdown. So we're still trying. I mean, I think we've learned and developed lots of skills on how to make lessons engaging over the past year because of all the practice we had. So now we try and make things as engaging as possible and send students out into group work activities online so that we can get you working together. Although I know you're still at home, we try to get you engaging as much as possible at the moment. Obviously, some of the practical things like work experience, they're being put on hold until things settle down a bit more and we can go back to those normal things.
Yeah, thank you. And there's another question regarding the trips. Do we have any subject trips? As we know, we are in the middle of pandemic, so we don't have trips at the moment. But what about the work experience? If there's any work experience opportunities available for students, or
yeah, I can come in and answer the question. Some of our employers, we've got over 850 employers, and some of them are still supporting our students with work experience. So obviously that's managed in a very careful, socially distanced way. But there are still placements happening. And also we're running a range of digital and online sessions with our employers, workshops to give an insight into various sectors such as accounting and law. So our partners in the industry are running a range of online sessions as well that can help you gain some knowledge and insight to help you make your decisions.
I can talk about trips, or is yeah, if you want me to talk about trips. So once things do get back to normal, we're hoping to continue with trips. One of the trips that we do annually is we've got a partnership with a German college, and they bring their students and they bring a product from local industry, and then they work with our students in developing a marketing campaign, and then we go back to Germany and we present that to the CEOs of the company. And that's we've been doing that for at least 4 years now, and obviously this year we are not able to do that, but we're hoping to continue with that when we get the chance next year. Also, with lots of our units that we teach, we make them very interactive, and we link them in with lots of trips, such as we take our students when they study food retail into Borough Market, and we get them to look at case studies there. And also when we're studying retailing, we've taken them to Bicester in the past, and also a lot of the local places like Box Park, which is very different for them. Okay.
I mean, just to add on to what Jazz is saying there about the trips, we also take business students to investment banks. Every year we run a trip to the Bank of England, and the Bank of England runs a really excellent education program just to explain how interest rates work and how the economy works. So we do that every year in a normal year, but we sadly couldn't do it this year. And recently, just before the lockdown, I took a group of students to BlackRock Investment Bank. So the students had a brilliant day there where they were able to meet various managers from different departments and functions in the bank. And they got to go to the trading floor and see how the trading floor works. And they met a trader there. And they just had a brilliant day. They were really, really well looked after and got a really good insight into an investment bank. So we do that. We always endeavour to run really good trips in a normal year.
And Michael, do you want to talk about some of the travel and tourism trips, fantastic trips that you've been involved with?
Yes, so just to add to what Jazz and Stephen have said, so my name is Michael. I'm one of the travel and tourism teachers. And with travel and tourism, I mean, we have been on so many trips. Last 2 years, we went to Dubai for almost about 5 days, where students, you know, all the things that they've learned in the classroom, we normally link it with a unit that you're doing. So whilst you're out there, you are gathering evidence for your assignment, which is brilliant. I think the year before we went to Spain as well, no, to Rome, to Italy. As well. Last year, we were meant to go to Thailand, Bangkok, Unfortunately, I think the day before we're meant to fly out, that is when the government was pushing for the national lockdown. So unfortunately, we had to cancel. But then, as Stephen and Justice said, once things are back to normal, we will straight away be on board. And we normally offer overseas trips to our level 3 students. However, for our level 2 travel and tourism students, we still offer like day trips to London and to other parts of the UK, where they also gain some experience and knowledge.
Can I just also add, my name is Kemi. I'm also a business teacher. I know I haven't got anything exciting to say, but as Michael, but I have something planned with my students online. There's PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of them, a major employer, and they are going to be running workshops online with students. So I'm going to get my students involved in that, you know. So that's a link with an employer online. So even though we're in lockdown, there's still that opportunity to have a link with employers running workshops to help students with employability skills and just getting to know a company like that. It's a worldwide company, well-known company all over the world. So it's a great opportunity for our students to get involved with an employer that way, even though we are in lockdown as well.
Thank you, everybody. So there are some wonderful opportunities as trips and courses. So I just wanted to ask one more question. It's about, do we get to work do we need to do some projects or coursework together with the other students, or do we only study independently? So that's another question. So there are opportunities for doing projects together, or do students only study independently?
Yeah.
So that
it'd be good to hear from.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just said it'd be good to hear from some of the teachers who are delivering those units where the projects and group work happen.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Kanayo. Can you hear me?
Yep.
So I teach business project management. I also teach the marketing units. And for those units, we tend to encourage students to work together in groups. One of the key things, especially with business project management, is that the students that work together to develop a project. Last year, some of the students, they developed projects on going to Thorpe Park and places like that. This year, we're actually developing projects on starting a new business due to the COVID. And we've also been able to use technology such as breakout rooms in Google Meet, so students can actually work together quite virtually. And I think it's actually been positive moving forward. So I guess we try to encourage lessons that allow the students to interact, and the teacher were there to support and instruct, but also try and create like a positive environment in the background.
I think just to add to what Kanayo has said as well, I think the same in travel and tourism. Travel and tourism and business are, virtually almost very similar. We have certain units that students also need to do some marketing. So yes, students tend to work in groups. Currently, I know my colleague Kylene is working on that. So students work virtually in groups as well. Same thing on breakout areas and on Google Meet. So yes, definitely there's that opportunity for, once you enroll here, being able to work in groups, something that we really encourage, because again, it helps you in terms of, how to work in a team, being a team player, so many skills that would help, you to develop those skills that you need in future.
Also, I'd like to add that I've worked on the enterprise project with students, where we get students to work in teams to set up their own market stall business. And it's not just about them selling stuff, it's also about them actually making stuff. So my students have made bath bombs and soaps, and they've made it on their own, working in the science lab with the science technicians to develop their products. And the products have been so good that they've had the opportunity to sell it at some top flight markets, like Camden Market, for example, which was a brilliant experience for our students. So the students had the responsibility of making their products, packaging their products, promoting their products, to even selling their products. So they gained so much experience, valuable experience, which has helped them as they progressed, onwards to, to university and then on to employment as well.
Okay, so what kind of facilities are available here at Newwick for us? So, okay, I can give you a brief overview. At Newwick, we have so many facilities for students in terms of LRC. There's a new LRC project room available for students to study while when they are normal period, normal year, in the normal year. We also have science labs, specialist equipment for individual subjects. And in terms of business department, do we have any specific facilities you would like to share?
We use the facilities in business. I mean, we don't just stay within the business department. I get my students, like I said, my students, have been to the science lab. They use the science lab to make their products. So I do try and get my students not, out of the business department into other areas within the college, so that there is opportunities, to use other facilities within the college.
Yes,
And
sorry,
go ahead, Jazz.
Yeah, sorry. My students last year, they were working with design. They were designing their clocks and using the laser printers, and they were sort of working closely with other areas within the college as well. So just because you're in one department doesn't mean that there's no there aren't opportunities to work with other departments, and like the media department and also the design department and the technology department and so on. Yeah, go on, Michael.
Yeah, so again, I think one big thing is that the fact that you're studying business or you're studying tourism doesn't mean that you cannot take part in sort of sporting activities within the college. We have a brilliant sports academy within the college as well, where we encourage students to be active. So some of the facilities that we have a massive sports hall. Where they play badminton, volley, basketball, sort of different things. And for us, for business and travel and tourism, what we try to do is that we encourage students to sometimes work with the sports students, where they set up their own groups. It could be like a basketball group, or maybe badminton, or even for a volleyball team where they play competition with sports. So yes, we have so many facilities that, if once you enroll in with Newwick, I mean, not just about you studying your business or your tourism, there are other facilities that have been mentioned, including the sports academy, that you can really enjoy.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That's all for today. Thank you very much for coming and joining us for this interesting webinar. There are other webinars also available today, which are going live. So if you have missed anything, you guys can go and visit our website and watch these webinars as they are recording. So you can watch these recordings at the website. And now it's time for you to apply at Newwick. So you can go to website, which is newwick.ac.uk, apply, and then apply for your favorite courses. And thank you very much. And bye for now, from us now. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Yeah.
Bye.